Vice Chair, the Assistant Regional Executive Officer, the representative of the Office of the Prime Minister, the Registrar of Deeds, the Registrar of Commerce, the Public Trustee, the Assistant Solicitor General, and the team from the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority, and most importantly, you comrades, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first say that it's an honor for me to be here and to lead this team from the government of Guyana to this engagement. Many of you will recall that in June last, His Excellency President Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali led an outreach program in Region Number 1, and in his outreach he made a number of promises and commitments. Among those promises and commitments was the establishment permanently of an office of the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority in Region Number 1 to be located at Mabaruma. Last week, a similar team led by me held an outreach in Mabaruma, and we announced the establishment of a permanent office of the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority at Mabaruma. So from now going forward, anytime you need to conduct any business that falls within the responsibilities and duties of the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority, then you do not need to travel to Georgetown. You will be able to access those services right here in this region at Mabaruma in the Regional Administration Office compound. I will later detail to you the type of services that you can access at that office. The second commitment that the President made was that this outreach will be held and led by me, comprising of this team, to initiate your engagement with this agency, as well as to hear your complaints, your problems of a legal nature, and attempt to work with you in addressing those problems. So our presence here is delivering on the President's second commitment. We often speak about bringing government to the people. And what you are part of here is an initiative that is bringing government to the people. What that means is that wherever you are located, the people of our country, you don't necessarily have to travel to Georgetown to get services of the government. The government has committed to deliver those services to you in your locality. And what you are witnessing here is that principle at work, bringing government to the people. Also, our government promised that we will modernize Guyana. And many of you I know travel to Georgetown, and you travel to many parts of our country, and you witness firsthand the modernization of Guyana taking place. Here, our presence here and the establishment of the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority in your region is another demonstration of our government modernizing Guyana. So when we talk, we do not merely talk. We don't offer lip service only. We offer the real service. We walk the talk. Because as you know, what Digicel advertisement says, talk is cheap. We are not talking cheaply. We are here to talk and to deliver on that talk. It is important in this modern age that you get your legal affairs in order. Any civilized country is governed by laws. And it is the law that authorizes you and empower you and entitles you to get certain basic services and qualify for certain goods that you are entitled to in a modern society. But the law also says that you must qualify yourself to benefit from these services. If you don't, you may be excluded. And there is no other way around that if you want to live in a lawfully regulated environment. And many of the transactions that you will do today and many of the services that will be made available today is to bring you in conformity with the law so that you can continue to conduct your day-to-day activities, but this time in a regulated and legal manner. And that is the main purpose of this engagement. So the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority performs a variety of functions and offer a number of very crucial services. So many of the transactions, the legal transactions that you conduct, whether it relates to the land that you live on, or the business that you are engaging in, or even your names, the Deeds and Commercial Registry Authority performs a function and offers a service in relation to those matters. And all of you, you have your own home, or you live on lands that you have a right to occupy in some form or fashion, either by a lease, by a title, by a deed of gift, by an agreement of sale. This is the agency that deals with those matters to ensure that your legal documents, whatever it may be, whichever category it falls into, this is the agency that can verify that it is so, or can make the corrections to ensure that it complies with the law. And they also have a responsibility of keeping the permanent record or keeping a file of those types of documents. If you operate a business and you would like your business to be registered, this is the agency to which you must come to register your business. If there is a problem with your name, you know, some of you may have your name is different or spelled differently on your birth certificate as opposed to your ID card, or even still yet a passport. So you may have three different legal instruments: a birth certificate, an ID card, and a passport. And your name may be different in the different documents, or different in one, or different in two. Here, this agency will tell you what you need to do to have it corrected. I have asked the Lands and Surveys Commission Department in this locality to be present. And do we have the Lands and Surveys here? Yes, so we have a representative of the Lands and Surveys Commission here. Now, this agency is also crucial to offer services to you in relation to land issues that you may have. I have asked the General Registrar Office to be present here. That is the GRO, and they are responsible for your birth certificates, death certificates, and they also play a part in correcting your name, once you correct the name properly, now you have to correct, you don't have to correct the instrument. If it is the birth certificate on which the name is misspelled, that office will have to make the change. So that officer should be here shortly. Then I have also asked the Guyana Elections Commission officer to be here. Is that person here?
Yeah.
Because again, your ID card may have a different name or a differently spelled name from your birth certificate. And that may affect your right to vote. We want to correct that as well. So I have asked the GCOM person to be here to perform that function. I also have with me a team from the Legal Affairs Ministry, and this team will assist you in other legal matters that you may wish advice on. So I understand that there are persons here who may have issues with their legal issues of a personal nature. Somebody in your family may have died and you want to do letters of administration for their estate so that their properties can move to the beneficiaries, from the deceased person to the beneficiaries. The public trustee, a department within the Ministry of Legal Affairs, can offer you that assistance. And then we have lawyers here from the AG office as well, who can offer you legal advice in the resolution of any personal legal dispute which you may have. So we are here to offer you a number of different but crucial services that would be very, very impactful in the conduct of your personal affairs and in the conduct of your business, if you have a business. So I want to thank you very much for coming out in your large numbers, and hopefully we can address most, if not all, of your concerns today. You will see the big equipment that we have on the desks, and these equipment are here to ensure that whatever transaction we can do and conclude today, we will strive to do that. So if you have a business to register, we can we will register the business today and issue you with your certificate of registration. There is a small fee that would be charged in relation to the different transactions, but that's how government runs government. Importantly, we are saving you thousands of dollars by coming here and obviating the need for you to travel to Georgetown. If you look at the Times newspaper today, it's somewhere around here. Times. You will see the front page of the Times newspaper, Guyana making significant progress in attracting international investors. Why? Because we are doing the things that we are doing here right across the country. And in Georgetown and in the municipalities, in the urban areas, we are doing them and bringing the standard up to international level. So much so that a US State Department report is recognizing our efforts in modernizing Guyana so as to make it attractive for international investments. So what you are seeing here is a very, very small aspect of what we are doing across the country, but in a large way in the capital city and in the towns across our country. So much so that we are now one of the most sought after international destinations for investments. And it's not I am saying so, it is the US State Department that is recognizing the accomplishments that we are making in this regard. So when I say that we are not only talking, but we are delivering on what we are talking about, this is an outstanding example of what I'm speaking about. Anyway, this is not a speech session. I believe that I have exhausted your patience. I want to thank you once again. And as they say in boxing, let's what?
Get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Thank you very much.